Well, can everyone hear me?
I can hear you.
And thank you for joining tonight. So it's getting a later start than I expected. Uh, uh, I'll go ahead and start. My name is Cason Gardner, and I'm a Concord native. Ran for city council last year, and as a lifelong Cabarrus County resident, decided to run for county commissioner this year and try to increase community involvement and address government accountability, transparency. Hopefully, work on balancing the budget is one of my main goals. And um, uh, we have to work on, focus on where the redundancies are, where we can address roles that don't need that are overstaffed. I think the key thing is we have to spend taxpayer dollars efficiently, and that includes consolidating departments such as possibly the finance department with the budget and investment slash asset management departments together, simplify funding. Are there any questions right now? Uh,
I can ask one.
Good.
Like everybody else, I get 3 votes coming up um in March. So what do you think makes you stand out um against everybody? What makes you different and special so that we can look at putting our vote with you?
Well, I believe that my background in uh, economics and finance. I graduated with honors from Catawba with a bachelor's degree in the field in 2024, working as a financial analyst at a Concord startup. Now, I think with that experience, I can use my knowledge to help balance the budget. I've also become well versed in parliamentary procedure, which, as you two know, is are the rules that govern these uh, all official governmental meetings and affairs. Um, uh, I've placed as a national finalist at the 2024 Future Business Leaders of America National Conference. In that category, I've spent, ever since middle school, I've spent time educating myself on the inner workings of government at all levels, lobbying for bills in the state capitol. One of which was written by Representative Jim Jordan, having to do with parental rights coming from when it regards a child's medical treatment, which, given my own medical medical struggles as a child, was very dear to my heart. Um, you know, some there are those in the medical field that disagree with what your specialists might say is best, and that was one of the things that Bill tried to address, but didn't get past the House. I've also organized meetings with several government officials, including Congressman Richard Hudson and former longtime Concord Mayor Scott Paget. I've participated in mock general assemblies, and I even served on the Board of Commissioners as a youth commissioner from 2016 to 2020. So I feel I have some good background knowledge of how the board operates and how government operates in general, combined with my background in finance and my my desire to uphold our Constitution, that gives me a good leg up to help Cabarrus continue thriving, bring back some community involvement. I like to say that our founding fathers believed that government was for the people, by the people, and of the people. That doesn't work if the people are no longer involved. And I believe that's why we're such a mess with government today, is that for a long time we've been told, and especially as we get older, don't worry, the government's going to take care of you. And people buy into that, and they leave behind any thoughts of holding the government accountable for the decisions they make, especially with tax dollars.
I've got another one, but I don't know if Greg, do you have a question?
I don't know. I just say, Cason, for one thing, very proud of you, young man. You've come a long way, since we had you in clowns at church. You were always a leader in that group, and very proud of these two campaigns that you've run. You're an outstanding young man. And I guess I was going to ask you a question. Being on the school board, I had to ask you about education and sort of the county's role in funding education, and what is sort of your thinking about what the county's role is. How does that rank in maybe the priorities that the county has in terms of its responsibilities to its citizens, and just overall, what is the value of the public school system in Cabarrus County, and how does that inform your decisions as a county commissioner?
I, I believe that the school system is something we'll have to take a much deeper look at when it comes to not not only the budget but curriculum, and we have to work with our state education officials to better fund the schools. I think over 25% of the county's total budget goes to the school system. And I believe that because it's the North Carolina State Department of Education is, I believe the state should be funding more of the school system, and the county can back off of the 25%. But I also believe that we need to work with, or one thing that bugged me for the last couple of years is, especially now with the weakening labor market, you see how you see how the trades have stopped being taught in many schools. I think we should work with our state officials to bring that back as a mandated class for high school students, so they were able to get job training, whether it's in the trades like plumbing or bricklaying, or even personal finance classes. So they're prepared to enter the job market, whether or not they decide to go to college after high school. And I think that's going to bring some invaluable skills to our next generation of workers. We also have to deal with with the overcrowding of our school system, which we have to work with all government officials, state and federal, to find grants to fund new schools. We have to work with our municipality leaders to find land or answers to expanding or building new schools if needed. Part of that is we have to evaluate how much growth will come to our county over the next few years, and we have to make sure our schools can handle anticipated growth before that growth is forced upon schools that can't handle it, that don't have the teachers necessary, don't have the lockers or desk necessary. And but that's just one way. I think for now it's updating our existing schools to ensure that they're safe for our children, and that we're not having issues with the school's infrastructure.
Thank you. I think those are all very good, thoughtful suggestions. I do believe that probably school construction is the area where we most clearly need county commissioner support to be proactive and not be in this situation where we're currently in, where we're talking about having to cap enrollment at a couple of elementary schools. It's not something that anybody ever enjoys going through, and so to make sure that we stay proactively ahead of that growth curve, especially over there on the western side of the county. I would say another area that I think I'm very grateful to the county commissioners for in the past has been um, those CTE job preparation type programs. There's a lot of stuff that we do here in Cabarrus County for high schoolers in program choice, helping them head towards very specific career paths like aviation. A lot of those programs wouldn't exist if it were not for the support of the county commission, because the state does not fund those programs in the same way they do sort of the core curriculum of our K-12 schools. But that's again just a couple of thoughts on that. I know Kenny said he had a couple more questions, so I'm happy to turn that back over to him.
It's just a few of us on here, I think. But Casey, I think you've run an incredibly clean campaign, which I salute you for. It's not easy in today's times, and everything I've seen from you has been incredibly positive, which is reassuring. The other question I was going to ask is, so Commissioner Lindsay, obviously animals are important to her. This animal shelter project is very important to her. For me, mental health was very important to me, and the mental health building. If you get elected and you serve on the commission, is there something that's very important to you like that we could look forward to, what progress you can make on that? Is there anything you have in mind that you would like to see happen like that?
I, I think for now, transparency is and community involvement is a huge priority for me, and I want I would love to work out some way we could organize quarterly seminars with our residents to have more in-depth conversations about what's happening in our county and what the citizens need from us as commissioners. Whether that be what areas of the county need more focused economic development, like somewhere in Midland or Mount Pleasant, or where other areas might need better road improvements. And we can use that information, work with our state of and municipality officials to bring that to our county and improve the quality of life. Uh, yeah, that may also include mental health or a bigger animal shelter, but I believe that to make decisions like that, we have to find ways to encourage the community to get involved.
Thank you for the answer. I appreciate it.
Let's see. You have a question, Alexis?
Hi, I didn't know if Greg and Kenny were your moderators or if I was allowed to ask. So I was like, let me just raise my hand. Um, I I know that the big topic right now is our schools being underfunded, deferred maintenance on those. But as you know, county commissioners, we can't really tell the school what to do, and we have to fund them. Ideas that you have that would foster a collaborative environment between the commissioners and the school board to ensure that the schools are getting the money that they need, but that money is being used appropriately.
Well, I think it relies on building stronger relationships with our state Department of Education to ensure that not only we're getting the funding we need through grants or whatever else they can provide, but also that we're working on curriculum improvements, bringing back trades, or increasing those opportunities rather. We also should work with our business leaders in the county to increase internship opportunities and job training in the field. But working with the school board specifically, I think we have to find the areas with the input from teachers and students where we're not doing well, whether that's with funding one program that's not being very successful or needed. Where can we have more efficient programs that actually help our students become better prepared as they leave and go on to college or the job market? And by doing that, we can also handle the questions of what schools need the most repair or expansion, how we can fund that, and how we can manage it successfully to where it doesn't become overwhelming for students, such as the schools that are currently being built. How do we build schools or expand them without interfering too much with the education our children get?
Thank you.
I'm about to run out of time on this meeting. Are there any other questions? Okay, I'll go ahead, Kenny.
Well, I didn't have any other questions. I just wanted to thank you for taking time out of your night. I know that's not easy, and as a voter, to be able to get a chance just to personally ask you some questions. And from my understanding, I think Alexis had one, and I wasn't able to make it, so my apologies. But I am a voter, so I do want to know what you have to say, and I thank you for taking the time out of your night to make yourself available for us to ask questions.
Thank you. I'll be posting a recording of this to my website and YouTube page shortly before the week is out. So that's all. Thank you all for attending, and I hope the rest of the week goes well.
Thanks,
Good
Jason.
night.
Have a good night.
You too. Bye.